Today I would like to touch a topic of underrated cameras for photography. Many people jump on Canons or Nikons first, then think about other brands like Sony or Fuji. After that, at the far end, there are Panasonic DSLR cameras, which are well known for their great video capabilities. I kind of get that Canons and Nikons have a great glass and provide beautiful images. However, about what differences we're actually talking here when seen by someone who is not into photo or video niche. Most people will classify your photos as nice or not. Why not to try different brands then for a photo shoot? I've tried Lumix S5 for a wedding shoot and I'm pretty pleased with my final results. If you are first time on this channel, welcome. My name is Peter Kulik and I'm here to share with you what I have learned about video and photography so far. Please consider to subscribe to learn something new with me and share your thoughts in the comment section below. So, the Lumix S line already have more bulky S1 or even S1H, Netflix approved hybrid camera, as well as S5, which is in my view a sweet middle in terms of its size and capabilities. You have a full frame camera of the size of a well-known GH5, which is a micro four thirds camera. I will not go into its specs, but S5 is a tiny beast, although not a first choice for photo shooters. People moan that photos taken with those cameras are average and the viewfinder is of poor quality. Well, in my humble view, we should not solely rely on tools or step back because of the gear, specs or reviews. We content creators should first and foremost seek for challenges and ways to show a beautiful world which surrounds us. With my S5 wedding shoot challenge, I was initially between the old school Canon 5D Mark II, as this camera shoots really nice images, and my S5, which is mainly used for video stuff. The downside of 5D Mark II is the cross-point autofocus, which is an old generation autofocus and probably not most reliable. However, Canon AF glasses are awesome. On the other hand, I know my S5 throughout and I can trust its autofocus when taking photos. Also, the images out of S5 are pretty sharp. So even having limited glass options with my S5, I have decided to take a risk and take my Lumix S5 to a wedding shoot. Make a note that autofocus of Panasonic cameras has really bad reviews, but this is mainly in video mode. Autofocus for photos is pretty the same as, let's say, Canons or Sony cameras. My setup was as following: S5 body, 24-105 f4 Panasonic lens, Sigma 45mm and 70mm 2.8, and from what I can say at this stage, 24-105 was obviously most versatile and mainly in use. However, f4 has own limits in low light situations or even when I was trying to achieve a nice shallow depth of field. But S5 is great in low light environment and a focal range of above 50mm can easily allow you some level of depth of field, even at f4 or 5. Sigma 45mm and 70mm 2.8 are beautiful lenses for nice close-ups, but for some reason my preference is for pictures taken by 45mm, even when this is contemporary line, not an art lens from Sigma as the 70mm is. So in terms of lenses or low light performance, probably you will not be disappointed. Dynamic range is also great and you won't see much of weird color shifting when shooting at high ISO. In terms of ergonomics, the camera grip is great, even for someone with large hands. Also, Panasonic cameras are well known for their custom buttons and ways how to set up a camera that will perfectly fit to your workflow. S5 is not different here, and you'll be also able to quickly switch from my custom profiles or access required settings. In addition to that, S5 has a floppy screen, which is so handy. Okay, but how good actually are the photos taken by this camera? I cannot call myself a pro and people have different tastes. My clients were happy with achieved results, that's probably most important, as well as editing of those photos was a real pleasure. I have found raw files from this body to be really user friendly and easy to edit. As a side note, color accuracy of the Lumix S line is in my view perfect. My wedding shoot included extra outdoor shots kind of mixture of couple session with street photography, which included guests. There was a first dance and some walk around the town. Unfortunately, not during a golden hour. Too easy, but at midday with harsh summer lights. I hope you are with me, but a great dynamic range of S5 did a great job. Also, to compensate either loss of light or increased light, I was using a flashlight setup. This was my Godox TT685 with a flash trigger Godox X Pro. A nice budget flashlight setup for both Olympus and Panasonic users. By the way, links to the camera body, lenses or flashlights which I'm discussing today can be found in this video description. My last point here would be something that makes Panasonic cameras, especially S-line, stand out: a great IBIS. Just the body of S5 provides 5-stop stabilization and up to 6.5 stops when paired with dedicated lenses. Don't take me wrong, but Panasonic IBIS is on another level when comparing to other brands, and I mean that. Low shutter shots without extra blur are not rocket science here. So the verdict is, for many people out there, especially amateur photographers or hybrid shooters, Lumix S5 is a great option. Canon or other brands are fantastic, but there's no point to be close on few brands only. My clients love photos taken by my S5, and that's probably most important here.